Good morning. It's Wednesday now. Today's Wednesday. We're talking about sleep today. But before we get into all of that, just a reminder, we are live Monday through Friday about 9:30ish in the morning. So if this is something that you want to put in your phone to remind yourself, I don't usually go before 9:30 Eastern time, but just around 9:30 or after. So if you put in your phone around 9:30 to check the group and be ready for the live every day, that is something that I would truly honor, and I would love to have more people here with me live. If we have more people here live, then we will do Ask Me Anything, where you would just put in something in the comments and I would intuitively answer your question about the thing that is bothering you. Another thing I wanted to bring up is yesterday I talked about astrology and how to use astrology for your healing instead of, I think a lot of people worry about astrology being this like doom and gloom kind of thing, but I just see astrology as a really powerful tool for self-healing, for really understanding the self and becoming closer to our authentic self, right? And if that's not self-care, I don't know what is, right? And so kind of in conjunction and in response to my post from yesterday, if you haven't seen it, just go back and watch it. It's, I think, like 10 minutes. I am announcing, and this is the first time I'm telling anyone this, so you get it first. You get all the things first because you're in the group. That's how this works. But I am announcing some astrology healing sessions. And there are different options to fit every budget. So that's the good news. Woohoo! So keep an eye on your email this afternoon. You'll see that coming out. And the sale for all of my other courses are still 40% off until, we got 2 days left of that. So jump on those and let's get started. So I wanted to talk today about sleep. And why it's such an important tenet of self-care. If you look on the group photo, so there's a group photo that says, these are the 3 tenets of self-care: self-love, sleep, and water, right? Self-love is part of authenticity, right? So that's a different piece, although it's not that different. But sleep is really important because when we sleep, we are integrating the subconscious mind, the unconscious mind, the body, and the all of the ethereal bodies, like the emotional body, the mental body, the spiritual body. All of those different bodies get integrated when we sleep. And if there is something that is not working with integrating that, we are fully grounding in and expanding at the same time. And if there's an issue with one of those pieces, then we run into issues of sleeping properly, right? And if we're not sleeping properly, I'm just going to throw all these out there because, they're all different things because I know a lot of people have trouble sleeping. But there's a lot of really, really debilitating things that can happen when you're not sleeping, right? Your brain doesn't function properly. So if you're getting some sleep but not very good sleep, your brain's not going to function properly. You're not going to be able to make good decisions. You're not going to trust your decisions. Your emotions aren't going to regulate properly. So you'll be angrier, you'll be yelling more, you'll be overreacting more commonly if you're not getting good, solid sleep, especially at the right time. So another benefit to sleep is healing our bodies really powerfully, right? So the body does its best healing when you are asleep because you're not using all this energy to be awake, to be conscious, to be taking things in, and all of that. Our brain uses about 20% of our energy resources, even though it's one of the smaller parts of the body. the brain uses a lot of resources, right? Because it is this cognitive piece. Well, if we're not using the cognitive piece properly during the day, and then we go to sleep and we're not regenerating and integrating what we learned at night, then we're not going to make as good of decisions. We're going to struggle to maintain our emotional state because that's all going to be haywire. And our body's not going to heal as well, right? So those are the three big things that happen when we don't sleep properly. They call it beauty rest for a reason. It really does, like, it helps you heal things, even especially in your face. Your emotions are reflected directly in your face. So when you are maintaining an awake state and your emotions are high, again, the sleep is just so important. And I know that a lot of people understand that sleep is this important, but I don't know. I think that for a lot of people, it's like, there's nothing I can do about that. There's really just nothing I can do about it, because if I don't sleep, then, like, I've tried literally everything that's out there. I've tried every single thing. I've tried meditations. I've tried, melatonin. I've tried so many things. And for a lot of people, there's just like a giving up, right? And it really makes me sad when somebody has just given up on their sleep, because it's such an integral part of our lives, right? Like, literally, it is the integration of our entire life. And I personally believe that there are forces out there that want us not to sleep, and so they're lying to us about the importance of sleep. They're lying to us about the ability to sleep because they don't want us to. Because if we are tired and wired, we will continue to just do what somebody else tells us to do, because we can't think our way out of it. We can't function properly enough to get out of the situation. So I do truly believe that there is someone else to benefit from a population of people who are not sleeping. Yeah, that's that. So what I found, one of the most important things, and if you get nothing else out of this video, take this away. Sleep is not a physical stuff problem. Sleep is not a deficiency in the right pillow. Sleep is not a deficiency of melatonin per se, right? For a lot of people, they're not making melatonin in the right amounts in the right times, but that's not necessarily to say that the melatonin just needs to be replaced. It's not a sleeping pill deficiency, right? Sleep itself is a consciousness problem, especially when we're talking about someone who thinks too much and they can't sleep because they're thinking. This is a consciousness problem that can be solved by detoxing and extra things, and by really digging into the consciousness and really understanding your consciousness. So that's why I picked sleep as my most important thing to start with. It is absolutely the most important thing. If you are not sleeping, you are not functioning. And I can help you sleep. I have done it for people. I am doing it for people. Not because I'm the greatest, whatever. I just put all these pieces together and I was like, oh, this is why it works. This is why this happens. So anyways, I just really care about people sleeping, and I really am worried that a lack of sleep is going to create kind of a mass lack of sleep is going to create kind of a disaster, and the people who are sleeping properly and maintaining their consciousness and able to do the things are going to be able to be the leaders of whatever is going on. There's a lot going on right now, right? But we can't be aware if we're not sleeping. Plain and simple. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this. My computer keeps timing out. So I will see you all tomorrow, And thank you so much for watching. If you are if you watch this live, #live, if you watch this replay, #replay, thank you so much for being here with you, and I will see you all tomorrow. I love you so much. Bye.